All right, look, we talking about this. Welcome back. Hopefully, we're gonna get the schedule consistent. Looks like it's been going pretty good so far. But we got Eli on here now, one of the second guests on the channel so far. So give him some love, show him some love, people. You know what I'm saying. All right. So
I ain't gonna clap.
that's tough. You don't do you like
I'll
that,
blow you a
Eli?
kiss.
So look. So first topic. We'll get it out the way. School shootings. How do y'all feel about that?
I'll go first.
Horrible.
All right.
You see, the thing about school shootings is like the people that do them. First of all, I actually want to address something to the teachers that say you have to sit in the damn classroom and wait. That ain't gonna happen. If someone with a gun walks into the school and you think I'm not gonna run or run out, if I'm downstairs and there's a window in the classroom, I'm out. I don't know what you think this is. It's survival of the fittest now. Like, hey man, y'all die, I'm chilling. That's tough. But if they force me, they can't force me to sit in that classroom the entire time because eventually he knows, or whoever is shooting up the school most likely goes to the school. So he knows our procedures, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna sit in the classroom. So he's just gonna bust the door down and then mark us all. So I mean, like, see, that's what I don't get. But it's terrible. Like school shootings and stuff. It's just like it's mainly people that get bullied, but I don't want to say people get bullied anymore nowadays. They're just like, but I don't even know how they happen. We haven't been experienced in one yet, but
Yeah.
I don't want to be. Scary.
All right, Eli, what you got to say about that?
I mean, Sebastian hit that thing right on the spot. So school systems, I don't want to call them dumb, but they're not very bright. Like we're not very bright when it comes to the school solutions, man. 'Cause like Sebastian said, they're mostly students, so like they know what we're gonna do. Like they think that they're gonna forget all the training. They're just gonna like forget that we hide in the classrooms. That's not gonna happen. They're gonna walk right up to a classroom, and they're gonna know what to do. So I don't really think it's I don't really think it's right for them to tell us what we're supposed to do, like what we have to do during the school shooting. I don't think it's right for them to tell us that because I mean it's our lives. We should be able to decide what we want to do and what we don't want to do. So I mean, like I don't want to sit there and be a sitting duck waiting for somebody like God forbid though, waiting for somebody to just come in the class and shoot me because I'm sitting there, I can't do nothing. So if he gets in the classroom, what am I gonna do? It's nothing really for me to do at all, but to sit there. So
yeah. I'll go next. Nah, I think Sebastian and Eli, y'all done a good job in hitting all my spots, especially the just sitting there and doing nothing kind of thing. Like if we're at least gonna sit there and do nothing, you could have at least armed the teacher in some kind of way. Now we could definitely go delve into like if that's okay to arm a teacher and stuff. But like if I'm gonna be sitting in a room, I want to be protected sitting in that room. So whether there's some kind of weapon, whether that be a gun or some kind of taser, just something to defend us in the class. Because I've heard a lot of teachers say that they would defend us as like their role, right? They give them something to do that, but they ain't doing it. They just keeping us in this class, making us sitting ducks, and then we're all just gonna, inevitably die from him walking in there doing his thing. That's all I really got to.
Interesting. See, I'm gonna be straight up with y'all. I agree with you on the protection thing, Thad, but personally, majority of the teachers are females, right? Right?
Mhm.
I wouldn't really feel protected if my female teacher was armed. That's why I think personally, I would like to hold something of a weapon of my own. Anything in the classroom, maybe a book, a chair, throw it at him. Because if he comes in the classroom, I ain't just gonna stand there like a little punk. All right, I may die. He's in the classroom ready with a gun, right? I may die. I might as well try to fight back. You know. Now, depending on the classroom I'm in, it depends if I stay or run. Like if I'm downstairs closer to like the entrance of the school, I'm probably might stay there. Because what if he's like right there when I try to walk out the door and run? Or if
Yeah.
like, because some of the rooms don't even have windows either. Like Mr. Scott's classroom, they don't have windows. If I'm upstairs, shoot, I may stay up there too. Because by the time I feel like the police are gonna come, depending like our school, for example, we have a whole police department right there. It'd get shut down real quick. So I mean, school shootings are horrible. I really feel bad for all the people that have gone through school shootings and families that have lost children of their own from school shootings. It's tragic. But that's all I got.
Brandon, when you say they're gonna get shut down quick, I mean that's debatable. Yeah, I know we. I know
It's debatable, but I'm talking about like
debatable.
our school, for example. We have a whole police department literally across from our school.
That's right, but like when they're dispatching officers, that's not that quick. We have to. It's not that.
It depends.
Quick.
It depends on the day.
By the time,
it depends. It literally depends on the day.
I mean, but by the time that the police gets to the damage might be already done. So
yeah, but
that is true.
I do agree with you, but it'll stop more damage from happening faster, at least.
Yeah.
But what off Eli was saying is like, it depends. See, it could be a whole different situation if the intruders, like y'all saw what happened at Columbine. Like, I don't know, I watched a documentary on it or something on YouTube or something, and they like locked every door, and then they put bombs under tables in the lunchroom. They set the whole thing up. Like they literally made it like
wow
situation.
Wow.
So like if it
Jesus
gets
Christ, man.
serious, like it could happen like that. And sometimes it can't get shut down. Like Brandon said, like it's gonna get shut down that fast. See, it depends. See, now we have like SROs and all that stuff and security. So it probably would not be likely to like where all the doors are gonna get like locked and there's gonna be bombs placed in the school and stuff. But if that does happen, it cannot get shut down that quick. It's going to be like a hostage situation, basically.
Oh yeah, that is a completely different situation. But that's not like an example I was using.
Yeah.
I completely agree with you on that. Yeah, if there's bombs and bombs blow up, I mean, you kind of have to evacuate the building. So
yeah, I feel like that would never happen at our school though. It's just too risky.
It's possible. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's
but to add on to Sebastian's point, like the kids that do these stuff today, they really think about what they're gonna do. They really plan this thing out. Mm-hmm. So I mean, they would know. They would know. Like they were like time the police. Like they would know how long it's gonna take for the police to get there and stuff. They think about these stuff nowadays.
But you also have your handful of kids that are kind of dumb when they do it. They'll sit there and post a whole tweet or something on Instagram or something on their Snapchat story about doing it.
Well, that's the kids that are bluffing. That's the kids that they're not really gonna do that.
Yeah, but still, it scares people.
Yeah,
but
and you should still be concerned about it.
Sorry, go ahead, Thad.
Yeah. Just adding on to that, you kind of have like the two kinds of kids, right? You got the one that's just he's finally just broken, he's lost it, right? He's just going in guns blazing, right? He's not really thinking about it. He posts something on Twitter or alludes to it. School goes up to school, like does the thing, and then you got the other that's the quiet kid that's been bullied all year, who's finally had enough of it and wants to plan out his revenge. So
yeah,
I think it just depends. Also, like kind of backtracking a little bit, Sebastian, with what you said. At that point, it's kind of not even like a school shooting. At that point, that's a whole attack.
That's like a whole.
That's a terrorist
freaking. That's a whole terrorist attack, man.
The whole. Bro.
Chris, what would you do in that situation? Let's say it did go that far to where like they actually knew what they were doing and they locked doors and all that, and like because I hate to bring it up, but it's just like a sad reality that we like think about some days. Like we think about this stuff some days. We're like, dude, this school could get shot up right now. Like there's kids that actually will do it. So I just want to know what you would like. What would be going through your head?
Well, first things first, I think teachers should have some form of, protection, whether it just be physical combat training for like, say, takedowns or anything like that. They can be armed as well. I think that'll definitely help out. I don't know if having a gun would be the best option, because if you have something as severe as a gun, then a student could potentially just take the weapon and then become a school shooter themselves. So if you're a teacher in a classroom, say school shooting drill is going on, right? Or not a drill, like the legit things happening. Student gets scared. He's like, oh shoot, I've been thinking about this. I'll grab the gun. I'll wait for him to come in and I'll pop him, right? No, no, you're a child. You don't know how to use that thing right. You're not gonna just become freaking Deadpool, Deadshot, walking in, going guns blazing like you know how to use a weapon. You don't. Now there are some kids who do not know how to use weapons. I'm just saying, but like if it was a whole bomb scenario, locked doors, I feel like there should be some form of protection within the school and not just outside the school. You know what I mean? But as a kid, I mean, if they have bombs, doors are locked, there's not really much I can do. I'm not gonna go over to the bombs and like disarm them like I'm some sort of tech guy or something. I can't do that. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be able to bust the doors down with my freaking sheer strength alone. I'm not that strong, so it's not much as a student or a child that we can really do in those types of scenarios. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, those
Yeah,
are
Chris, you can go, Sebastian.
all right. Those I'm just saying hypothetical. It's just a hypothetical, but it's just like something that could happen because it has happened once. But it's just something that could happen. That's what I was just trying to say. All right, go ahead, Eli.
Like, so Chris, when you say like have some sort of weapon, I don't think like we could trust the kids in the school to even do that. As much
Do
as
what?
that like have a weapon like for the teachers
Oh,
or whatever.
oh, okay. I can see.
Yeah, I don't think like the kids. I don't think you could trust them enough to do that. Like I'm sure that's been thought about. Like it had to have been thought about before, but with the students and the kids nowadays, man, I don't know if you can't trust the kids nowadays to do all that. So
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like as like a sort of weapon, I think a taser would be optimal. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's not lethal, but it can incapacitate somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
All right.
Yeah.
If you like that real quick, like the problem with the taser though is that sometimes depending on the person, it can like almost non-effective. Like say, just for like an example, right? This guy, he's finally lost his mind, right? He just decides to take a whole bunch of freaking drugs, right? He's just off the balls. He ain't thinking straight. The drugs, how much the taser affects him. So especially if he's wearing some kind of jacket or stuff too, sometimes prongs that the tasers have don't go in all the way. So it's kind of like it's like a 50-50 kind of. You're just taking the shot. He can still not be affected by it. When it works, it works. Like I've seen, of course, like all the videos where they just drop to the ground instantly. But you got to think that there's the chance that it just doesn't work. When instead if they had a firearm and they were trained and stuff like that, as soon as they take the shot, it's gonna do its job if you hit the target. So yeah, that's also something out of the taser, especially since you're shooting it out too. You could miss. Stress is getting to you, like with anything. Stress is getting into you. The hands are shaking. You can miss, and then bang, you're gone. So, just something to think.
That's why I feel like teachers should just be trained with those weapons too. Like maybe when they're got their degree. I don't know exactly how it works to be employed as a teacher. I'm just saying like everything else that you need, and then they add on like some 2-3 month additional training. Because if you're training for years, then they're not gonna be able to pump out teachers fast enough. You know what I'm saying? Like my father and one of his friends were having a conversation, and he thought teachers should be armed in the classroom, and they were talking about that, and I was just sitting there. I was like, okay, well, if a teacher was armed in the classroom, they would know how to use a weapon first. They would need to know how. You can't just be walking around la di da di da. You know what I mean? It just doesn't work like that. There's got to be some form of training. Also, Brandon, you can go next.
Yeah, I'm ready.
I just wanted to add on something that like Eli said earlier about like the school not trusting children with weapons in their classrooms for the teacher's defense. I mean, there's so many ways teachers can have weapons where it would be out of children's reach. Like, let's say a heavy duty what is it called? Heavy duty locker, I guess, with their own combination that only the teacher itself knows. Where you can't break it open, you can't pretty much just break it open. Yeah.
A gun
But
safe.
like weapon wise, I don't even know if I would agree with a gun though. That's the thing. I think taser might be the best. Like Chris and whoever else said it. I know someone else said it. And yeah, I just think a taser would be best and would have to be trained for that so they wouldn't miss. But another problem is school shooters aren't always children as well. They can also be adults. Like there's some problems where like an army veteran, for example, that has gone crazy, like from PTSD, bipolar, all that kind of stuff, shoots up a school. They're going to be professionally trained on that stuff and may come to a school wearing heavy gear. That's when I think it's a kind of a big problem as well. And that's about it for me.
Oh yeah, I want to kind of like interject here. Why do
Mm.
y'all think school shootings happen so much, like so frequently, especially here in the U.S.? You know what I
Bullying.
mean?
See,
It's gotta be bullying.
see, that's what they want you to believe is it is bullying. It's really not. To me, it's the school's fault. It's not. It's not. I mean, I guess bullying is like one of the main reasons why it's just like that's the motive that the police reports say from like each school shooting is just like, oh, he was bullied for so long and then he wanted his get back. So I'm about to go pop up.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But see,
So
it's not always about bullying.
Yeah.
You know, it's people. I mean, it main of the time, most of the time, it can be bullying. But like, there's also children with like mental illnesses. You know, like completely messed up in the head, or
And-
just have nothing
Yeah.
to lose, and they want to like commit suicide. So before they do that, they do something horrific like this, and
and
that's a problem as well, especially nowadays with bullying, mental illnesses, and I feel like social media plays in a big part with all this stuff too.
yeah, and another thing is like most of the kids is like their parents like have guns in their house, like hella guns in their house, and their parents like go shooting, go hunting or whatever, and they do that stuff. So then they know what they have, and they can go take it whenever. They can just go steal it if they know where it's at. And also, when I said it was the school's fault, the school, they shouldn't like know when it's gonna happen, but they have to, like investigate when like a kid is going through something. They need to investigate because like they don't know what could happen. Like let's
But
say
you want them to assume? You want them to assume like they just gonna because they're going through something, they're gonna
I
shoot
don't
up
want them.
school.
I want them to at
I
least
mean,
like
nowadays you kind of have to. That's the
you
problem.
have
You
to.
kind of have to, you know,
So
for everyone's safety.
Eli, if you were in a class with a kid that was
Mhm.
just like he was always in there talking with his friends and stuff, he was always chilling, and you had another kid in the same class that sat exactly by himself, his headphones
Yeah.
in, and would just sit there like this and like stare at the desk and like wouldn't do any of his work and wouldn't do anything. You wouldn't
Mhm.
question. And what about the
I how would you feel though if like say that was you, right? You're the kid who just sits by himself, headphones
I'm-
on. How would you feel if you got called down and asked if you're gonna shoot the school and stuff like that? Like
I'm not
how would you
saying
feel if that happened?
I'm not gonna
I
say you're
mean,
gonna,
you wouldn't feel good, but like that's the thing, you know.
that's the
There
thing.
is, I mean, there is such thing as being too careful, but like nowadays, the percentage of school shootings that we have, it's kind of doesn't matter, you know. You might as well question people that do look sketchy.
I
Like
got a
Dad did
point
have
to
his hand up
interject.
earlier.
Yeah, so because I gotta say this real quick. I just looked up how many school shootings happened in China since 2022, right? One.
Can I
Well,
ask?
I mean, that sounds about right to me, to be honest.
people are more they're more like a one. They're like people like they're
No.
together more in time. They're together more.
They kind of are. They're a
Well,
little more.
different government system too, in those,
Yeah.
society, but still. All
and,
right.
and an example is Britain. They literally have no guns. Like you can't go out and like buy a gun at Walmart. Well, here I could go to Walmart right there and go buy, or my mom, who doesn't even have a gun license, probably could go buy a couple guns and go fucking ham on some shit. But that's the thing is like in Britain, the only way you could get murdered or murked is a knife or a fucking sword or whatever the hell they use.
Kinda.
Sorry.
Or
Go
frick.
ahead, Ted.
But-
you need to let that go.
Yeah, I've been waiting patiently. Sorry, it's all right. All right.
Sorry, bro.
Sidetrack just a little bit. Going to the China thing. They fear the government, right? They probably also don't let any
Mhm.
citizens besides the police have access to guns. So they'll just kill you if they even think that. Like, besides, they already have a population issue anyway. So I know that
You're
might not
talking
make.
about. It sounds like you're talking about North Korea, though.
Nah, China's the same way.
They are
Yeah, I learned all about it in my AP.
shoot you if you have a gun.
Yeah, he did take it.
Not that, not necessarily that. But like if they think you're, or like any of their installations, which is kind of public school, like they also kind of like brainwash you too. So you really think for you, kind of think for like the government. It's hard to explain. That's not what I was really trying to go into though. But going to the school shooting thing, I think what it really comes down to is like what y'all are saying, that these kids aren't getting the help that they need, right? Like they're genuinely not getting the help that they need, because like nowadays we kind of lost the way of trying to get yourself out of the situations. So they feel like their only resort to get this little bit of a or whatever is to like.
I mean, I hear what like what you're saying about that, right? But that's not on the school though. That's their parents. That's on their parents. That's when the pressure and that's when the parents interject, talk to their kids, get their kids the help they need.
Oh yeah. I wasn't necessarily just trying to say a school. I'm just saying help in general. Like they're lacking help. A lot of lacking help. Schools putting stress on them, or most of the time it's the family. And with the guns and stuff too, a lot of the times, like the gun is again like a family gun, and that really comes down to like the discipline. Like your kid really shouldn't know where your guns are, right? Like I don't really care if like you trust them, they're not really a bad kid. They really shouldn't know where you keep them or how to get to them. Like whether you just like there's a problem where like if you have it like in your dresser, right? And your kid knows it's in the dresser, that's a problem. He shouldn't
If
know.
they're in your house, you should have them like in a locker, locked up.
It should be in a locker where the kid doesn't know the combination to it, because the kid should never have any ease of access getting that weapon. And then
what about the kid? What about the kid's protection? Like, say the parents are at home, right?
Yeah.
And somebody breaks in.
Shit, that's tough.
The kid.
Yeah. That's
well, if it's just a kid, like depending on the age we're talking about, he shouldn't be at home by himself to begin with.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But still,
you're right.
But still, if it's a child at the end, like our age, and that situation happens, I don't really know. That's a good point. But Chris also something earlier.
Yeah.
Nowadays, parents be leaving their kids.
So let's let Chris say something because he's trying to say something earlier.
I mean, no, yeah, y'all can go on your little tangent, and I'll hop in a second.
No, I really had to add. I like going.
So, y'all was talking about how easy it is for somebody to get a gun even without like proper training or anything, right? Why are AKs even for sale? Bro, those are made for killing people. You should only have that available in like warfare. You know what I mean?
I mean, every gun's capable of killing someone.
Yeah, but like those are made for like, you know,
it's not like Fortnite where it does a certain amount of damage.
Only problem is,
but yeah, AKs are heavy duty. That is true.
All you need is a pistol, right? You need some semi-automatic pistol, and just bring 20 magazines. It don't matter if you can pull the trigger fast enough and keep it still. You're gonna shoot pretty damn fast.
You been planning this out?
No, it's just been using the pistol in Call of Duty too much.
I have.
I was like, Dad, you know what you're talking
about. We all know what your favorite gun is, Dad. 1911.
Bro, no, it's not. I'm shocked, which is how I know, because they're both actually semi-automatic. Only some AKs are full auto. So I don't know, because full auto guns are like heavily regulated in the United States. So getting a full auto gun, I don't know how a kid's getting that without being maybe tied to a gang or something. So it's going to be
dark web and all that crap.
Yeah,
like, black market or something like that.
Yeah, then at that.
And like the solution of people saying ban all guns, I mean that's not gonna do much either. But think of it. Listen. What is it? Pretty much, if you say ban on guns, you're giving all the citizens of America that are not nuts or bullied, quote unquote bullied, their protection, where you still have thieves, thugs, criminals, other people like that are still buying guns. So it doesn't entirely eliminate the threat. I just want to put that out there because that's also a big topic people talk about.
Yeah, again, it's just a big dilemma of trying to be able to keep the guns so we can use them and have fun and use them for hunting and stuff, and then also trying to keep everything safe. It's a very big thing that needs definitely to be talked about. If you don't mind me adding that, but also really quickly, I do think that the school shootings happen so much because they think it's kind of like a, again, like we talked about, the last resort, the final like big bang, right? Where they know they're gonna get all this attention and go out with like a blaze of glory, right? So I think that, like, I don't even know if that's necessarily a good idea, but take away media coverage from it, because it's just, it's just
How would
very,
that be possible though?
it just don't cover much. Like, keep it local instead of like whole worldwide. But like that's definitely the problem. It's like if you take away the access to it, people don't really know it's happening. But also, those kids might not see it as a way to get attention anymore. If you know what I'm saying. Like they don't. That's not the first thing they would think of anymore. Like, oh, school shootings aren't being shown anymore. I got to think of something even crazier, which is again still horrible, but they have something even grander than that to get that attention that they are kind of seeking in the end. So
Yeah,
that
I see what
this
you're saying, but like I don't know if that's possible to take away the media coverage.
yeah,
I don't know if that's even possible.
not like what I'm trying to explain is like on a worldwide scale. Like one school shooting isn't just broadcasted everywhere. It kind of just stays local. Like it still gets added to obviously the total tally or whatever. But again, that's the problem with it. Like that was just the idea I came up with, and I hear talked about a little bit, but we can talk about that more another time. This is bumming me out.
Yeah, we should definitely switch up topics soon because this is pretty depressing. But anyway, um, so off of that topic, we don't got that much time left, but let's talk about it. All right, listen. If you were to craft the ideal partner for yourself, for someone for yourself to be in love with, right? What character traits would they have?
I'll go first. I'll go first. Actually, no. Someone else go.
Well, you want me to go first?
Yeah, Thad,
You
you
got
go.
it,
Thad, I want to hear yours. Yeah.
All right. Ideal woman. I don't care. I don't even know. I don't care about color. I really don't care. They can be any damn color of the rainbow for all I care. Blue. Oh, sorry. Blue if I wanted to. All they gotta be is they have to be like kind and nice, right? They just have to be somebody that kind of like matches my energy, has like a kind of similar personality, more of me, or like kind of like against my personality, so it just fits well. And then also on top of that, they have to have big titties.
nah.
I mean, hey, whatever floats your boat. Because I agree with it too.
I knew that was coming.
Oh Lord, that's crazy.
Thad, is that your ideal one?
Yeah.
Yo.
Like Eli?
But
Why me?
Thank you. All right, go ahead, Eli.
I'm a
All
snug
right,
bunny.
athletic, smart, caring, sense of humor, knows how to cook. That's it.
What about cleaning?
We can tag team on the cleaning part.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's mine.
Is that it?
Chris.
Oh, all right, bet. So I'm kind of a picky individual. You know what I'm saying? Ever since I was a little kid, I always been picky, especially with my food. Like I could not eat vegetables. I could not eat fruit. It had to be chicken and chicken only. So maybe some French fries. You know what I'm saying? I've always been a picky person. And so I have a lot of specifics when it comes to my ideal partner. But I think the most important three would be someone who takes care of themselves, both physically, mentally, spiritually, like all of that, right? Like if you're over here walking around, indulging in yourself, eating these chips, eating the junk food every day, getting, chunky and everything. I'm not gonna go for you because obviously you don't take care of yourself, right? Obviously they have to be good looking too. I think everybody wants that. You know how people be saying they want someone who's like ugly handsome or something?
What?
I don't even know what that means. Bruh. I don't even know what that means.
because it doesn't make sense.
So they want someone
Obviously-
that's committed.
Obviously, they
Makes
want
sense.
someone who they're attracted to, bro. You can't be attracted to ugly unless that's what you find attractive. You know what I'm saying? Regardless,
this-
so yeah.
Let me
I
attract
want-
you.
Yeah, but I want someone who's capable of taking care of themselves mentally and physically. I want someone who's smart. What's the other one? Last one is compassionate. And that's just my 3. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I'll definitely go for a mixed girl, a Latina. I honestly go for anything, no cap, except men.
Why?
Eh.
What's wrong with men?
Yeah,
I just
what's
don't
wrong?
like it down there. You know what I'm saying?
Didn't you guys yesterday?
Hey, Hey,
Whose
kid-
turn is it?
oh wait, can I ask something real quick?
Okay, go for that.
Yeah.
If you have to cut this out, right? I want a woman with big hunkers, right? And I want to, but
I mean, that's more better than what you said earlier.
yeah. In all seriousness, no, that's not like my ideal woman. I'd really quickly, in case somebody starts clowning on me on Snapchat, I really don't care as long as they're pretty and they're kind and smart.
I knew it was
Why
coming.
did
I
you get
knew
on
it
the
was
knees to
coming.
do dishes?
All right, Brandon, you go ahead, bro.
All right. For me, strictly has to be brunettes. Brunettes only.
Jesus.
Okay. I mean, there's some blondes that are cool out there, but I don't know. I'm just not a huge fan of blondes.
Friendly
You have
fire.
to like music a lot. If you don't like music as a female, I don't like you at period. All right. You have to be nice, caring, have a good sense of humor, and you have to like Steve Lacy.
I knew that was
You don't
coming.
like Steve
Oh,
Lacy.
hold up.
I don't want to hear no Broadway coming out of your mouth. Anyways,
I didn't say nothing about Rod Wave. I didn't say nothing about
yeah.
Rod Wave.
No, it's
I actually
midway.
like Steve
Midway.
Lacy.
Ain't nobody like that boy.
See, that's
He
not
likes his
necessary.
Big Macs
I
more
want
than his own
necessary.
fans. Anyways, I definitely want a woman that can cook, and I want a woman that is capable of being independent. And last thing is I want a woman that doesn't just give 50-50 in a relationship, because I want a relationship where we both give 100% of our efforts in the relationship. That's about it for me.
Shoot. All right, Sebastian. You the one suggested this topic. Look, hey, you all been waiting for this one. Let's see what you got to say. You're muted, by the way.
Again.
So, what I was, so, you know,
No, I
They
don't know.
gotta
You haven't said
be-
anything yet.
they gotta be
A man.
nice. You know, see, the thing is like I'm the only one in here that's been in like 2 actual relationships, and I hate to say it, but I was
Name those 2 right now.
Grace and Emma.
Dang. That's cold, Brady.
What-
That's
what-
cold.
What happened to Quinn?
No, Grace is true.
I don't want to talk about Quinn, but the thing is
Man.
Emma, she was chill. I don't know what happened to her, but my ideal girl is I just want them to like have the same energy as me. You know, not like everything like stuff I like, but it'd be cool to have stuff in common. But yeah, just stuff like that, and they also have to look pretty good.
Looks do matter.
Looks do matter. You're not gonna walk
Weight
up
matters.
to somebody if they not attractive. You know what I'm saying? Look,
Again, they just gotta be.
Step on that scale and you're 260. Step off that scale and walk away.
all right. Look, so yeah, let's go wrap it up. You know what I'm saying? We'll catch y'all in the next one. We're running out of time, so peace out.